High above the earth, where the sky meets the horizon, a remarkable journey unfurls. A journey of courage, passion, and adventure. Welcome to the world of ballooning. Women have a long, rich history in ballooning from the very beginning. Sophie Blanchard is a woman who started it all. Born in 1778 in what is now Yves, France, she was the first woman to solo pilot a balloon. There is an obvious reason why ballooning has always held a strong fascination for adventurers. Its magnetism draws in people of all ages.
70s, I have a program from Balloon Fiesta, and almost half of the pilots are women in the early years of ballooning. And part of that was because it was a family sport, and of course, women's lib was big back then. But it was husband and wives, and husbands, and they both got their licenses. So it was almost 50% women, and nowadays that's not the case so much. It's more 40%, 30 to 40% women, at least at Balloon Fiesta. So it's been interesting, but the quality of pilots is outstanding.
A combination of quiet tranquility and the exhilarating thrill of floating weightlessly above the world. Meet our modern-day pioneers, Elizabeth Wright Smith,
I got interested in ballooning because my dad was one of the first pilots in the country. I think when he got his pilot certificate, there were probably less than a dozen in the country at the time.
Natasha Stanky,
I don't do anything in life that's not stressful.
and Aaron Karras.
Ballooning is different every time you go out. There's always a new challenge. There's always something to conquer, something to try, and it keeps it really fun and interesting, even though you've been doing it for a while.
They each hold their own unique relationship with ballooning. One thing they have in common is their love for the skies. As every pilot knows, a safe and sound journey starts with preparation. These women focus on mastering the delicate art and science of ballooning.
Of a feel to flying a balloon than just the science behind it. And you've got to connect with that aircraft and really understand how it's going to respond to what you tell it to do.
The build of a balloon requires both artistic skill and scientific knowledge, combining meticulous craftsmanship with expertise in aerodynamics.
I love balloons and I want to be a pilot, but in my mind, if you learn your system inside and out and you learn all systems inside and out in balloons, then you can become a really good pilot. I know the discoloration is concerning, but I swear it looks and feels good. See how you can't see the walls with it? Yeah, all of that. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like, you see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you see how you can see the lights, but you can't see it through yours? Yeah, that's... highest on the sidewalls to
And obviously safety standards are very, very important. We want to make sure that the equipment is going to last, it's going to work in the environments that our customers take them into, and that they will be able to safely operate their balloons and do the things they want to do with ballooning.
The first ascent is a moment of triumph and amazement, the greatest test of skill and celebration of freedom.
One of my solo flights as a student, I had a little more speed than I would have liked. I was getting a little nervous, but I managed to breathe through it, and I managed to hit the road and not bounce, and I barely slid, and it was a beautiful landing, and it was one of those I can conquer anything kind of moments.
Kind of thinking I might drop down and see if it pushes me up this road.
But no journey is without challenges. Weather, technical issues, and the constant test of resilience is always present.
Okay, crew, we're gonna pack it back up. We are not gonna rock and roll because look at these balloons. We're done. Those challenges that you're going to face are making the decision and then sticking with your decision of, I chose not to fly because. Then you see others flying and you're like, maybe I should have. Don't second guess yourself. Trust your instincts. Every time you fly with a purpose. Choose a skill to be able to go through and work on, even after you get your certificate, to always better yourself.
I still see it.
Ballooning is more than just an individual activity. It holds a lively community that comes together to celebrate the skies.
We always try every year to create something new and exciting for the public to attend. We had, believe it or not, I know it's crazy for Nebraska, but we had people attend from 26 different states this year.
What motivates myself and the rest of the staff in putting on such a large event, because of being a staff of less than 20 people that rely on 1,200 volunteers every year, we do it for the joy and the first time experience that a guest has in their face. We work a lot of hours and it's tough, but to see a first time guest and the look, it's something that makes every hour worth it.
Throughout history, women have played a significant role in ballooning, constantly pushing boundaries and serving as an inspiration for new generations.
I actually started my ballooning in Amarillo, Texas. I had gotten acquainted with a couple of people by the name of Buzz Wills and Ken Kelly, which is a name I'm sure many in the gas balloons are acquainted with. He and his father owned the helium plant there, and they sold the helium that we used in the gas balloons. And I found out that they would go out and fly hot air balloons, so I would load my son, Craig, who is also a pilot now, into the back of the basket in the earlier basket, back of my car. I got all connected with balloons there for a minute. But I'd load him in the car seat, and off we would go to chase the balloons. And they soon discovered that I was a pretty serious balloon chaser, so they would call me when they were going to fly. And we flew mostly afternoons, and there were not many balloons. I did get to meet a lot of fun people through the years living there. And when I left Amarillo, I moved to Denver, Colorado, which was a very big ballooning area. And that's when I discovered there were people that trained you to fly, and especially as women. And we were very much a minority at that point, and we were not extremely welcomed different places because we were female, and they didn't really want us in that manly sport. Well, several of us got our licenses. I got mine in the early 80s, and I flew with a couple by the name of Bob and Carol Blanc that lived there in Denver, and I would go out and crew with them, and they in turn trained me, and I got my private license and bought my first balloon, which was a very small orange and yellow Aerostar balloon. Aerostars were pretty big back in the old days, and I flew it until my husband also got his license, and he was not ever a very comfortable man in the air, and he managed to land on top of a shopping center there in Denver one year, and on his flight, and the balloon caught fire on top of the shopping center, which caused lots of excitement, and we lost that balloon. So I purchased another balloon. It was a bigger balloon. It was the blue balloon with the 5-color rainbow, and it has silver birds in flight around it. And she's kind of a pretty girl. She's still in my garage. You can't fly her. She's done, but I can't bring myself to put her in a trash can. So she follows me wherever I go. So, but that's kind of how the early days were. In Denver especially, we discovered very much, because there were more balloons there were some pretty arrogant, excuse me talking to you gentlemen, but pretty arrogant men who did not want the women flying in the air. And I can remember after I got my license, and my friend and her husband that had trained me, when we went to a rally, and Carol won the rally. And the gentleman that was putting on the rally said, "You know, I will not have a woman win my rally." And he took the trophy and he threw it across the room and trashed it. And Carol very carefully told him, she said, "I don't have to have a trophy to know I won your rally, fair and square." So we had a lot of difficulty. Several of us back in the days of the Colorado Springs rally, when it was first started, they didn't want us to come in and register and be a part, but they didn't have a way to really keep us out. And there was a lady that interviewed several of us, and she posted a article in the paper about women flying, and it was kind of derogatory towards men, so we didn't win any awards with that article, of course. But through the years, women have proved that we can fly. And as men and women, we can fly together, and it's a delight to watch.
As the journey nears its end, the balloonists face their ultimate challenge.
Inducted into the Albuquerque Balloon Fiesta Hall of Fame, and the current president of the CIA World Ballooning Commission, and we are ready for the national anthem of the United States of America.
With careful preparation and steadfast determination, the balloonists face their ultimate challenge.
Gas balloons, you're flying for distance usually, and you're flying a long time. It's quiet. It's very peaceful. You're not, a lot of times you're just sitting in the basket observing nature, doing your navigation. The difficult times are maybe in the morning when you're superheating, and then at night as you're going to the sun coming down, you're cooling off and you're having to let out a lot of sand. But the gas balloons are filled with hydrogen, and you don't have an onboard fire like in hot air balloons.
You didn't hear that? As soon as we cross the Missouri River, we'll be in South Dakota. And what's this little town directly beneath us?
This little town directly beneath us is... it's either Monowi
Monati?
or Verdale.
As these women reflect on their journey, they have come to grow not only as balloonists, but also as individuals. Looking to the future, they continue to dream, inspire, and break new barriers for themselves and their entire community.
Some days I get up there and I absolutely love that it's light and variable and that I'm able to just kind of like float along and not think too much about it. But there are other days where I love that I can steer by like knowing.
As they soar towards the new horizons, their journey reminds us all to pursue our dreams, no matter how high.
It was crazy. It's kind of jumping into the deep end to have Fiesta be your first experience, and so I try to remember that when I'm out there on the field now, that even though this isn't something that is as new to me now, like it's still new for a lot of people. And
From conquering the first ascent to facing the ultimate challenge, the journey of these women is characterized by courage, perseverance, and triumph.
I think it's really fun to be able to go out with my cousins and my dad and my Aunt Mickey and meet all these new people and experience all these flights and just be able to be around balloons in general. It's so beautiful and it's so cool, and it's a great time when I come out.
Ignore the naysayers and listen to those that are pushing you and encouraging you and making you strive to do better.
I think this is wide open for female pilots to become pilots, to become repairmen. There's so many different things that you can do in the ballooning world. There's commercial piloting, there's putting on events. There's lots of things available to the women to get involved. I think women make great pilots.
For any girls or young women who want to get into ballooning, the best thing you can do is spend a lot of time around balloons. Spending time as crew is amazing. You get to talk to lots of pilots, see all the different perspectives, and you can learn a lot just by crewing.
Yourself, chase your dreams, and continue to pursue every option that's available, even if that does take you to the sky.
Almost anybody can learn to fly a balloon. Some are obviously better than others, but almost anybody can learn to fly a balloon and be safe.
I think women make excellent pilots. I'm always for females getting out and flying. It's fun. It's good camaraderie amongst other people. It's challenging. It's just a wonderful thing to do.
I know there's nothing but boys in this sport, but don't ever think just because you're a girl you can't do it. Like, there's always a way for us to be able to do it. There's always a way for us to be able to get around. Like, this sport is just as much for women as it is for men. And if you want to be a repairman, then do it. Because just because it says repairman doesn't mean anything. It's just a name. That's all it is.
Don't let anybody tell you you can't. There is no gender advantage in this sport. Brains over brawn in a lot of cases. So do your homework, study hard, and chase your dreams.
This journey was made possible by the support of friends, family, and the ballooning community. Thank you all who contributed. In the skies, these women found freedom and purpose. Their story is a testament to the power of dreams and the endless possibilities that lie ahead. This is Winged Canvas, the journey of women balloonists. Until next time, keep reaching for the skies.